Big Cal and welcome to my world. Today, my top 5 favourite, currently owned and played through Nintendo Switch games. So the Nintendo Switch came out about 2 years ago now, and I've had it for a little over a year, so I figured I would do a top 5. Here of course is my lovely Nintendo Switchy Switch. So let's get started. Firstly with a couple of honourable mentions. The first one is the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Don't have a physical cartridge for this because it is digital only in the UK. You can import it from Japan but can't be asked with that. This is a super duper fun bundle. You get 5 or 6, I think it's 6, maybe even 7 classic beat 'em up games from the arcade days. Some were ported to consoles but others weren't. And these are all the arcade versions. You can swap between the English and Japanese versions if you want, because there are some differences here and there. And yeah, basically you go around and you're either a person or some kind of mech or whatever. You go around and you button mash and just beat the shit out of everything on the screen. You got magic attacks here and there, special abilities, you collect items and coins, you can level up and upgrade things. And it's just such a fun time. Love all of the games that are on it. Just really cool. Another honourable mention, again digital only, so it's stuck on here, is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I think that's what it's called anyway. Let me just have a quick boot up of it. Yes, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. And now this is sort of a little almost a teaser for the proper full Bloodstained game that's coming out very soon. Created from some of the original developers or whatever of the Castlevania series from Symphony of the Night. This one in particular plays just like an original Castlevania game back on the NES or the Super Nintendo, and it is perfect. The fact that it doesn't have Castlevania in the title means nothing. It is literally a Castlevania game. Got your whip, you know, you whip out candles and things and lights and get items and abilities. You can switch between different characters as you rescue them on the way. You've got your cool boss battles where you have to learn the patterns, try and figure out what's best to wait and attack them. Like I say, it's just Castlevania with a different name, and I'm very much looking forward to the real game, which I originally backed on Kickstarter way back when. And I backed it for the Wii U, and then they announced it's not coming to the Wii U. And at the time, I didn't have a Switch, didn't think I was going to be getting one anytime soon, so I ended up, getting a refund. And now I kind of regret that because I will probably end up buying it on the Switch now. Yeah, so those are a couple of honourable mentions on digital. I'll just just put that back in the dock. And last honourable mention is a physical cartridge. And it's one of the newer games that have come out for it, and that is Yoshi's Crafted World. Don't want to talk too much about this because I do have a review written out for it, a nice script, so I will be doing a video review of this at some point. All I can say is it's a great Yoshi game. It's cute and it's charming, everything made out of arts and crafts, it looks really good, and yeah, I definitely recommend this game. So stay tuned in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, for a video review of this game. Well, with the honourable mentions out of the way, let's get to the countdown. Number 5. Up until about a week ago, this was a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Well, it still technically is, but they announced a week ago that it's no longer going to be because it's coming out on Steam on PC, which is fantastic because that means more people are going to get to play it because this game is incredible. I pre-ordered it and was able to get it on launch day. There were limited stock available, so lots of people ended up not being able to get a physical copy, and that is Octopath Traveler. Yes! So this has got a very unique art style. I think they call it 2D HD. It looks like you're going around little model villages with like a sprite character that's done up in HD. It looks incredible. The visuals in this are amazing, and the soundtrack is incredible. But at its core, it's a turn-based JRPG game where you have 8 different characters. You choose which one you want to start with. They've all got different abilities and classes, obviously. Choose which one you start as, you go through the first act as them, and then you choose another one, and you keep going, and you'll level all your different characters up. Unfortunately, there really isn't any interconnecting with the stories until the post-game content, where there's just a very little bit of stuff that's been brought up throughout the game. But apart from that, all 8 stories are really fun. All the characters are really great, even if some of your stereotypical honourable knight and things like that. Still really fun. There's plenty of voice acting done in this, even if it's just certain lines. And then of course you got cutscenes. It's all great. The battle system is really cool, where you have to break an opponent's shield, but the opponent's shield is only vulnerable to certain weapons or magic, so you have to try and figure out which one affects it, and then attack them, stun them, and hit them as hard as you can with all your special weapons and things. Really, really cool. Each character's got a special ability that you can use. You can, instead of buying items, you can try and steal them from people, things like that. You can charm them and get them to follow you around and use them in battle. Lots of things like that. Really, really cool. The battle system is much deeper than you actually think. The stories, like I said, are all incredible. All the characters are great. Took me almost 90 hours to finish this game. It is absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I'm probably going to end up buying the PC version and playing it through all again, because I want to support this game and make sure we get a proper sequel. We are getting a prequel of sorts on mobile, which, yeah, it is what it is, but I'll probably pick that up as well, again, support it, and hopefully we'll get an Octopath Traveler 2 on the Nintendo Switch and PC, and get as many people playing it as humanly possible, because this is fantastic. Number 4. I remember when Minecraft came out, and it was a huge deal, and in a lot of ways it still kind of is, and people, they play it, they go around on these big empty servers, and they mine for items, and they craft things, and they build stuff. But to me it was always just kind of boring. It's like, what's the point? Yeah, it's fun. You can be, if you're very creative, you can do lots of incredible things with it. Some of the things that people have built is insane, but there's no purpose to it really. They did release like a game with a story mode, but it's just, by then, who cares? But then this game came out. My number 4, Dragon Quest Builders. So you take Dragon Quest, the classic quintessential JRPG game, and you throw in basically Minecraft, building and crafting, and you mix them together. So you get a sort of JRPG story. It's an action-based fighting system rather than turn-based, and you have to obviously collect items and craft things and build up a base and fight monsters and defend it against enemies and things like that. And it's awesome as hell. When I got the Switch, I had a couple of games for it originally, and I downloaded a bunch of demos. This one happened to be one of them. I thought, I like Dragon Quest, I'll give it a try. I was so disappointed when the demo ended, because I was really getting into it. It's like, yep, I have to have the full game. Bought the full game, and because the Switch, handheld, I was sometimes up like 6 o'clock in the morning, laid in bed, handheld mode, playing the hell out of this, because I was pretty much addicted to it for like the 2 weeks that it took me to play through it all. It is absolutely tremendous fun. The crafting system is great. It gives you a reason for crafting and for upgrading all your buildings and things. You got a very simple, very basic story, but it's enough to keep you going. You got other characters in there as well. It's just a really fun time. It lets you build lots of things. Really cool. And I cannot wait for the sequel to come out later this year. I'm not sure, is there a proper release date? But yeah, I'm absolutely going to pick up Dragon Quest Builders 2 to add to my Switch library, because this is incredible. Such fun and very, very addictive. Number 3. I originally pre-ordered this game, the special edition version of it, and then I sort of decided to myself, do I really need to spend that on just one game? For the price it cost, I could buy 2 games, normal editions. So I cancelled it. The game came out, and within a couple of days it had sold millions. And then I happened to stumble upon a website, Argos, big website here in the UK. They got lots of shops and that around still, and they had the special edition still in stock, and it was cheap, as in only like £15 less than most other places, and I had a £10 Argos voucher from the previous purchase. So I ended up ordering it, got my friend to take me through and pick it up, and that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Obviously the big box is over on my shelf over there, but basically it came with a GameCube controller and a GameCube adapter for the Switch, so you can play this with the GameCube controller on the Switch, and that is absolutely what I did. The Smash Bros. Series, I've always enjoyed it. I played Melee first on the GameCube, right behind me on the shelf here. I picked it up nice and cheap when the Wii first came out, and I was building up my GameCube library because the Wii was backwards compatible. I had a ton of fun with it, but I didn't really understand how to play it. Crazy. And then I got Brawl on the Wii, the same thing, fun, but I didn't understand how to play it. I missed out on the Wii U version and the 3DS version, but when this was getting hyped up, all the characters that's in it, everybody's here, and the promise of DLC characters and also a few new characters to the series, it looked incredible. Even my friends who own a Switch now, everyone owns a fucking Switch, it's great, and they were excited for it even though they'd never played previous versions. So yeah, I made sure to pick it up, and I learnt how to play it, which is very important, and it is even more fun than I could possibly imagine. I tried going back to Melee a few weeks ago to see what that was like. I know how to play this game now. Couldn't get into it still. This is the best in my opinion. Of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for a reason. It is incredible. Unlocked all the characters, played through a ton of it, gone through the story mode, the World of Light. Still haven't completed that. Still lots for me to do, lots of content to get, lots of spirits and things like that to unlock if I want to do that. There is a ton of content. You've got the new DLC characters coming out now. Joker's finally in it. It's not interested me. The Persona series, I've never cared about it, never played it, don't really care, so I don't have the Joker DLC. I'm going to wait to see what other DLC characters come out before I decide whether to buy them individually or get the package that's a little bit cheaper. So we'll see. But yeah, this is an incredible game. I don't have online, so I haven't been able to play it online, unfortunately, but this would have been a game that convinced me to sort of play online if I was that interested in it. But it's just great playing it local multiplayer with my friends, and I highly recommend using a GameCube controller for it if you can, because the GameCube controller is just so fucking good, and this game is so fucking good, and there's a reason that it has sold a crap ton of copies since only coming out like 5 months ago. This is really one of the most ultimate games on the system, and yet it's only my number 3. Number 2. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Incredible. I already played the hell out of this game on the Wii U, because yes, I was one of the people that bought a Wii U. In fact, I pre-ordered the Mario Kart 8 version of the Wii U that just came bundled with it. So yeah, I bought the Wii U specifically for this game. Played the hell out of it, bought the DLC packs, loved it. The only thing that was wrong with it was the battle mode. You didn't have battle arenas, you just did it in normal tracks, and that really wasn't any good. So they decided to make a deluxe version for the Nintendo Switch, improved the visual quality, the audio quality, fantastic, still plays the exact same, all the content is in here, all the DLC is already built into it, and they added battle arenas back to it. Yes! And when this first came out, you could still play online on the Switch for free. So I have had a chance obviously to play this quite a bit online as well, with battle mode and normal races, and yeah, it is just the ultimate, again, going back to the previous one, it's the ultimate version of this game, and it is the best Mario Kart game ever in my opinion. all my friends own a copy of this as well, and we've all played a crap ton of it, multiplayer, single player. Yeah, where we love getting together sometimes and just playing the hell out of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is the go-to Switch game for us all. So what more do I need to say? A ton of fantastic courses, lots of retro tracks, then there were the 2 DLC packs that add even more courses. You've got so many characters you can choose from as well, and the DLC characters, you know, you've got Link and things like that, you've got F-Zero, cars that you can pick up, there's even Mercedes-Benz DLC, you know, so there's tons of customization for your karts and things like that. Obviously there's bikes as well. Again, it is just the best Mario Kart game ever. Everything is in here. They might as well have called it Mario Kart 8 Ultimate. That's what they should do for the Switch games. Call them everything's Ultimate, because everything's here. It is the best version of most of the games that end up getting released. This is awesome. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda, No, it is not a Zelda game. I do not own Zelda on the Switch. I do not care about it. I will never play it. I will never own it. I don't give a fuck about it. My number 1 is the number 1 Nintendo Switch game, Super Mario Odyssey. Yes, this is a reason to buy the Switch. It's literally the reason I wanted a Switch. The reason. And it was so worth it. 3D platformers is my favourite genre of games. 3D Mario games are among some of my all-time favourites. Mario 64, very good game, very historic and important. Not my favourite of the series. Mario Sunshine I love because I just love the location of beaches and water and sea, and that really just appeals to me. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are among some of the greatest games of all time as far as I'm concerned. Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U, a hugely underrated Mario game as far as I'm concerned. And then we got this. And this, you know, definitely goes back to a more, you know, Super Mario 64 and Sunshine type, where you got huge open world levels and lots to do within it. Only now we have so much to do, when you're picking up like, you know, 50 moons in each level or something crazy like that, sometimes more. You might just have to ground pound a certain spot and you'll get one, kill a certain enemy and get one, do platforming challenges and get one, solve a puzzle and get one. There are just tons and tons to collect, and it makes it so fun going through a level and coming at you. You collected 20 of the needed, you know, moons to unlock new levels. All the worlds look fantastic, you know, all the different locations. Then of course you've got Cappy, where you throw it at an enemy and you take control of that enemy and you have their abilities and things, and it's just so good. The mechanics are fantastic. You know, Mario has never played better than this. And you got all the crazy levels, you got some cool water levels that are just fantastic. You got the real world level, you know, New Donk City, that is just wonderful and weird, but wonderful, you know. And of course you got the song that they play. Just everything about this game is incredible, and as far as I'm concerned, it's the greatest Mario game ever made. I think it might have surpassed Super Mario World for me, which is huge because that was always the greatest game of all time for me. I think this has officially surpassed it. And this is my favourite Nintendo Switch game as well. So if you own a Nintendo Switch and you don't own Super Mario Odyssey, the fuck is wrong with you? This is the system seller ever, as far as I'm concerned. And I love this game with all my heart. So those are my top 5 Nintendo Switch games after owning the console for just about a year. There are a ton more games coming out for it this year that I cannot wait to get hold of, that I pre-ordered, so the list could very well change by next year, and I probably will do an updated one. So let me know down below what you thought of my list. Let me know what your top 5 favourite games are. I'll be sure to check those out. So I'm bigcal, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.